Hello everyone, welcome. How you guys doing? So, what I'm going to do, what we are doing for today, we're going to be having a little bit of a discussion. And it's been a while since we've had a bit of a discussion. I'm actually going to turn this into a YouTube video. So by the time we get to the end of this discussion, which God knows how long it'll be, we will hopefully get a YouTube video out of this, but also a really good stream, because I think I'm going to be playing games later, depending on what people are doing, but either way, it'll be Hades or Apex, which I think will be a nice one. Anyways, welcome everyone. Today's topic obviously involves Star Wars. Where wouldn't it involve Star Wars? Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars. It's a whole discussion. People have argued, people have probably killed for their point of view. But yeah, I'm going to be discussing it, and I'm probably going to trigger some people, but oh well. Raw. We're going to watch this video of Tim the Tatman. This is completely where the inspiration came from, by the way. I just saw this video and I thought, I am going to stream today, but I didn't know when. And then I saw this video and I thought, yeah, this is a good topic to talk about, and I want to speak for a change and not just play games. I want to do some different stuff, that kind of thing. And of course, you guys can tell me your points of views in chat or in the comments and stuff like that. Because I'll be glad to hear it and tell you why you're wrong. Nah. Yeah. I'd say without further ado, we should probably get on with this video.
Morning, even afternoon, Tim and Tatman 2. We got a banger for you today, baby.
I've been binge watching
I
his
got
stuff
on this
recently.
huge
Honestly,
tangent, but
actually
I started
bad.
talking about my opinion on Harry Potter versus Lord of the Rings versus Star Wars. My opinion on Harry Potter versus Lord of the Rings versus Star Wars. My opinion. And the series and what I thought was better. I ended up on a huge tangent about who I think would win in a fight if it was Harry Potter versus Gandalf versus Luke Skywalker. This video is crazy, and I'm sure it's going to cause a lot of debate. Let me know in the comments what you all think. I have my own personal opinion about all this, but I'm curious what you all think as well. All I'm going to say is if you enjoy this, drop a like, share it with a friend, hit the sub button if you've not already, but most importantly, be sure to tell somebody you love them. Okay, I'll catch you in the next one. 25 from SL. Sent a DM to Whips, but I started the second half of my sleeve, which is going to be Lord of the Rings themed. That's lit, man. I don't know how you sent Whips a DM, but he hasn't given it to me, so it's probably cool. Lord of the Rings is lit, bro. It's kind of hard to believe that I haven't seen Lord of the Rings in a very long time, so it's got to be dope. Oh, just to be clear, Lord of the Rings is great in its own right, but Harry Potter's better.
Hang on, just 2 seconds. Right, let's continue.
And I'm 100% on that actual. To be fair, I read all of the Harry Potter books, and it's like one of the only book series I've read because I don't read very much. And I did not read Lord of the Rings, so maybe that would change my mind. But dude, Harry Potter, man. Harry Potter storyline.
Definitely, out of like everything, I know Lord of the Rings the least. Like with Harry Potter, you've got the books, you've got the movies and stuff like that. For Lord of the Rings, I've only watched the movies, but like apparently the books just add so much depth to everyone, doesn't it? Like it's just they have so much more detail, but obviously you have to fit like those books into like 2 hours, which is almost impossible, really. That's why they ended up having like those extended like Lord of the Ring films where they're like 9 hours like a piece. Honestly, it's it was impressive to be fair. Like imagine working all that time. That must have been so hard. Anyways,
If I could live in one of those two realms, right? I want to live in a Harry Potter world versus a Lord of the Rings world. That's just me personally. And you can't, guys, this is my opinion, okay? I'm not a Hufflepuff. I'm a Ravenclaw. Thank you for asking. You all would rather live in a Lord
I'm
of the
a
Rings kind of like time frame versus a Harry Potter? Dude, Lord of the Rings time frame is terrifying. You got orcs
oh my god,
everywhere
what's
and
it
shit,
called?
bro. You got like a lot of like crazy dragons, right?
Oh my god, what's it called? Gryffindor. Oh my god, I literally, I literally blanked so hard and on what the fucking. Clearly, I'm a Gryffindor because I fucking forgot who I was for a second there. Um, but yeah, I'm a Gryffindor. I've done multiple tests, came back as Gryffindor, and yeah, your boy representing. Um, like he's basically the question for him was, hang on, what was it again?
Dragons. I guess there's dragons in Harry Potter too, but at least I have like a spell to be able to like get it away. Versus instead, if I was like Gimli, all I have is my axe and I'm just going around. You know what I mean? Star Wars? That's a really good question. Would you rather live in a Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, or a Star Wars
I think the answer is
life,
obvious for me.
basically?
Literally,
Straight
Star
up,
Wars.
completely honest, I'd pick Star Wars. Like, if those are my three options, so it's like Lord of the Rings versus Harry Potter versus Star Wars, which one would you want to live in? I think I would pick Star Wars straight up, which is odd to me because if I'm completely honest with you, as far as movies go, for me, the order is Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars. And
Yeah. So if you had to order like the if you had to order your like which ones you prefer versus which ones you would rather live in, for me it's honestly as I told you, I know Lord of the Rings the least and probably not it's the least one. Like I would I rather let's start with like rating first of all. I for me Star Wars, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, which I know will make a lot of people upset because everyone loves Lord of the Rings. I love all of them. It's I don't know like look like Star Wars is the most fun. Harry Potter's just a crazy universe to have. Like in Star Wars, like Jedi's are like the minority, but in Harry Potter, magic is literally like the majority. They have magic everywhere. The whole planet's like engulfed by magic. And yeah, I still like, but Jedi's can still absolutely wipe the floor with like literally everyone. Not many people can defeat a Jedi. There's like Sith and like Mandalorians who are literally trained and have like equipment to take down Jedi. That's their whole like shindig. But which one would I rather live in? I'd say I'd rather live in Harry Potter, Star Wars, Lord of the Rings. Which it even to me is like quite surprising because like you think I would think like Star Wars, but honestly like in Lord of the Rings and Star Wars, it's a whole shit show. Like planets are enslaved and have like shitty politicians and stuff like that sell out the whole planet for money and for their own to save their own neck. Lord of the Rings, everyone's trying to like either everyone's poor or everyone's trying to kill you. And imagine like living in a village and just like being pillaged by fucking orcs or goblins or some shit. That would suck. Like unless you are trained or you even knights who are trained in Lord of the Rings, they get wiped out because we all don't have plot armor like like Aragorn. Is Aragorn actually like strong though? Like as a character, is he like I know he's like the king of Gondor. Is he? Yeah, I think he is. I can't remember. If I make some mistakes, I'm bound to. But if I make mistakes on, um, like Lord of the Rings, I am definitely bound to. Like, because I don't know it that often. Like, I might get my friend involved later if he responds to my text. But I definitely wanted to like get the stream out of the way. Anyway, yeah, because like Harry Potter, it's basically the normal world, the modern world, except with magic. And if I turn out to be a wizard, I just get to go to these magic places where like, the magic shops and, they have like good pubs and banks and shit like that. Like the only thing is they have Voldemort who's just a big like penis, basically. He's just this big penis who like sometimes comes back and kills everyone. But to be fair, I think the chance of getting killed by Voldemort is much lower than being killed by an orc in Lord of the Rings.
And I'm sorry if
Not to mention, elves are penises. Dwarves are kind of dicks. Even regular mankind is like just everyone in Lord of the Rings. Everyone's a dick to each other. That's kind of like the whole thing. Whereas in like Harry Potter, the only people who are dicks to you are Slytherin or Voldemort and Death Eaters. I think that's a good way of saying it. And then in Star Wars, like, there's so many creatures in there that will like try and kill you. You're more likely to be killed by a creature than you are anything else.
some of you are really upset with that. But the thing is, man, like Star Wars, and just to be clear, I like all three of these things. Okay, I enjoy them all. Right. I enjoy them all. Like I like Harry Potter. I like Lord of the Rings. I like Star Wars. I like them all. But if I had to order them, I enjoy Harry Potter more than Lord of the Rings, more than Star Wars, personally. But the interesting thing is, I would rather live, like if I could be a part of something, like a part of a certain time or area, I would pick Star Wars because trying to like live in Star Wars would be sick. That'd be cool.
He's not wrong.
Could you imagine like using the Force? Like that'd be sick, dude. It's basically, do you want to be a Jedi or do you want to be a wizard, basically? And I think I'd pick Star Wars. Do you know what's interesting though, bro? This might be a hot take. I don't think I would go lightsaber. I'd want to almost be like something like Boba Fett or something. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'd pick. I actually don't know if I'd pick. I don't know. Now that's another question. I'm getting really in depth here. Would you rather be like a Jedi with like, a lightsaber or something? Or
And look at that chat.
you could be like Boba Fett. That'd be sick. Guys, everyone's saying Boba Fett got his head cut off.
I don't know who the fuck was saying that in his chat, but they are an idiot. It was Jango Fett that got his head chopped off. Boba Fett is still very much alive and kicking and basically running the crime world. So he needs to watch Star Wars again. Like seriously. How can he have his head chopped off if Boba Fett's in the fucking original trilogy next to Darth Vader?
Okay, listen, for one, spoilers. For two, okay, like, I don't want to be, just to be clear, I don't want to specifically be Boba Fett. I'm just saying, you guys would be Sith? Oh, now we're really getting down to it, bro. Sith, dude, you guys, I mean, to be fair, like the use of like grip, like as a force move would be lit.
Yeah, like I can understand with like being a Mandalorian or a bounty hunter or something like that, because like technically Boba and Django weren't Mandalorians. Boba's definitely not. Um, is Django a Mandalorian? Hang on, let me just Google something. Is Django Fett a Mandalorian? In his chain code, he's confirmed that his father was a Mandalorian because he was adopted as a foundling, just like Din Djarin. His father fought in the Mandalorian Civil Wars, and Django himself wore the iconic armor before it was passed down to Boba. So ultimately, both Boba Fett and Jango Fett are Mandalorians. See, okay, they're both Mandalorians then. Okay, I probably could have guessed that, but like, obviously Boba Fett like does like a lot of bounty hunter work, and um, like he doesn't like hang out with other Mandalorians a lot. But like to be fair, like in the new Mandalorian series, like Din also does like bounty hunter work to like get by, so they don't like have a lot to do really, to be honest. But yeah, I that's a good choice, but like you have to be a force wielder, don't you? And I say force wielder, not Jedi specifically, because I think I would be a Sith purely probably because of the red lightsaber, but also like Sith are just so much cooler. I just think that they're so much cooler. My friend, he thinks that he would just be a pretty run of the mill Jedi, you know, one lightsaber kind of thing. Me, like, I have so many designs on how I think I would have a lightsaber, because like that's the thing with the Sith, they have such unique fighting styles, and they're so unique in their force wielding and their lightsabers and how they use them. Like if we're going off prequels, Maul had a double-ended lightsaber, which is fucking great. Like he managed to take out a like Jedi Master level Jedi, which was Qui-Gon Jinn. But that's because like that was because Qui-Gon Jinn's fighting style was completely like countered by Maul's, because Maul's is so much just like rush, 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 you know, fight, 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 rush him, rush him, rush him. And Qui Gon's is like not that at all. I think like most of the time, like Qui Gon was always just on the back foot. But I like there was a weapon where it's like I super long handle and and like a shorter blade but still a long blade. So then like that. I don't know what it's called. Half blade, half hilt. A little bit like that. A little bit like that. Yeah, like that. Which like maybe have it a little bit longer so then like I can get some distance on it. Like that. Yeah, because then you can like grab this end, grab this end, and you can um get some leverage on like some force down on some people, and also like it's short enough so that it's like still pretty agile. Thing is though, like Kai said that if I were to use this thing, I would have to use Form 5 Jedi style because it would be all heavy parries and stuff like that. I don't necessarily agree. I think if you train to be fast with this thing, you will get faster at it. Um, but honestly, cool weapon. I think I would have something along the lines of this, or just like in the Jedi Fallen Order, the Star Wars Fallen Order game. They basically I have like either one lightsaber or a double lightsaber or it splits into two. And I think I'd have something like that. That would be super cool. Because I do like the idea of having like a double lightsaber, like two of them at the same time. But like that versatility would be sick. I think I would do. I would have something like that or something like this. This is definitely the most unique. There's like a Sith with half blade, half hilt, lightsaber. Yeah, who's this? Show me something like this. And this is like the lightsaber that he was using, and I think I would definitely have something like this. What's the guy's name though? Oh, that's fucking cool. You have to be careful though, because like you couldn't really spin them around that like well, because if you're trying to spin them, you just cut your armpit, wouldn't you? Because like weren't they supposed to like go through here and go helicoptering around and all that shite? Darth Kratos, another powerful Sith Lord of the Old Republic era. Darth Kratos is notable for carrying a metal staff that can collapse in half and emit a lightsaber blade. The unusually long hilt gives Kratos extra reach in battle. Yeah, exactly. God, that's a cool lightsaber. It's a little bit like a spear. Triple A, please see the FX supervisor. Yeah, this is cool, but it's like, yeah, great, poor design. But is it poor design? I've seen a video where like this guy put paint on a sword that looked like this with like at the ends of here, and if he got paint on the ends and if he touched himself, he would get paint on himself, and he didn't get paint on himself when he used it.
Like, oh, gotta get my controller, and then you can just grab the controller and bring it yourself. When I played Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, when I played Star Wars Jedi Knight 2, I always played Sith. I did. I loved like grip and I used rage actually when I played a lot, but is that what it's called? Rage? I'm getting really into this now, guys. Was that the name of the Star Wars? It's like the Sith ability. It's called like Rage or something. It was, right? I'm thinking of the right thing. Okay. Yeah. So, guys, to everyone that's calling me Boba Fett, okay, I'm not gonna accept that. All right. Now here's the real question. So I've kind of talked about. All right, I enjoy the Harry Potter movies more, but I would live in a Star Wars world if I could. Now the real question is, who like wins in a duel like versus each other? Like you got, let's say you got Harry Potter versus Gandalf versus, who do we pick from Star Wars? Are we gonna pick Luke? Yeah, I mean he's just like the.
So Luke, Gandalf, or what was that last one? Dumbledore.
In a duel, like versus each other. Like you got, let's say you got Harry Potter versus Gandalf versus.
So Luke, Dumbledore. No, Luke, Harry, Gandalf.
Who do we pick from Star Wars? Are we gonna pick Luke? Yeah, I mean he's just like the everyone, Luke Skywalker, right? Luke, who wins, bro? Now that's a crazy question. Is it weird that I think Gandalf wins that? Actually, I'm like sitting here. I'm really getting into this. I'm like really invested in my own thought process right now. I think I put my money on Gandalf between Between Harry Potter, Luke Skywalker, and Gandalf, I think I put money on Gandalf. I think I do. Because Harry's a wizard, but he's like young and he's kind of reckless and shit. And you know, like to be honest, dude, he kind of got lucky versus Voldemort. And but then you think about like Luke, and it's like Luke, obviously, he's got a lightsaber and he's got the Force, but I think Gandalf could like shit on both of them low key. Like Gandalf is like a very experienced Harry Potter, if you really think about it. You know what I mean? Someone said Frodo.
Like, okay, so this is gonna be an interesting one, right? Harry Potter, Luke Skywalker, and Gandalf. I think he's right in saying that Gandalf will shit on them. I think Luke would shit on Harry. Actually, you know what? Harry would shit on Luke. Like, it Harry's got these like abilities. You know, he can telecommute with Voldemort at any time. But he doesn't exactly show strength. Like when you think of like strongest wizard or witch in Harry Potter, you don't exactly think Harry Potter. Like all of his strengths and abilities just came from other people, like telecommunication. It was because he was a Horcrux for Voldemort. Like he's able to compete with Voldemort because their wands are the same core, which is Phoenix Feather. So they kind of like twins and sort of linked together, so they can't harm each other. And he didn't die that night because his mum loved him like a lot and used that to like protect him. Dumbledore protected him. Like, let's be honest, right? If Harry was treated as a normal kid in Hogwarts, right, he would have been dead in his second year. Chamber of Secrets, he would have died. Because everyone just kept on helping him and stuff like that. Like, obviously, that's like the point. Is like people are saying you can win anything as long as you've got friends on your side and stuff like that. Gandalf, though, loner, doesn't need any help. Literally, it's like he's also like been helped. I think all of these characters have been helped in some way or another. But Gandalf is like he's most capable. And I think he would show on like if we're talking about like Return of the Jedi Luke, he's like Jedi Knight level, but he's nothing like special. He loses his shit in the fight with Vader. So he's got like emotional immaturity. Um, but yeah, Gandalf would shit on them both, but I think okay, if we assume that spells like Expelliarmus, you know that whole like lightning beam thing. If we assume that that happens to like a lightsaber, and the lightsaber reacts to it kind of like force lightning, you know, like how it just absorbs it and shit. The force is super powerful, dude. Like the force can give you like strength, reflexes. It can give you hints to the future, give you hints to the past. Like you know, like force jump, force speed, like you know, like in the Phantom Menace. Force lightning, but obviously Luke doesn't use force lightning. it's essentially Harry Potter versus Luke Skywalker, and I think like Luke Skywalker is strong in Return of the Jedi because he defeats like Vader and shit. But I don't think Vader wanted to kill like Luke. Although Harry Potter does like have like a bunch of spells to his disposal, at his disposal. I'll put my teeth back in. Don't worry. This is weird because like they're both similar ages and um it depends. I think it does very much depend on what happens. Like, you know, you have like Petrificus Totalis, which just petrifies you and you get paralyzed. If Harry Potter hits Luke with that, he's done for. But if Luke like gets anywhere close to Harry's wand, or him, he will cut them both up, no questions asked. Luke's pretty strong. Okay, I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna go with Harry for beating Luke Skywalker. Only because he has a range of spells in which he can use to like utilize against Luke. Whilst Luke has the Force, he can only really do Force push, maybe Force pull. He can do a Force choke, but then like Harry can just go whoopsh, you know, and slap him with his wand like magic and stuff, and then just get out of that. I think Harry Potter wins if he can keep him at a distance, because if it's force like powers like force pull, force push, and force choke at a distance, Harry Potter's got the advantage because he's got so many more spells in which he can use. But if Luke gets close to Harry, he's done for. I think Luke close distance, Harry long distance. So I'm gonna say Harry overall.
Versus Luke versus Harry. Okay, well, if that's the case, Frodo's getting shit on. I mean, right? I mean, I think everyone agrees with that, right?
Yeah,
You can't.
Frodo's
Oh
not
my
even part of
God,
the conversation.
dude, someone just okay. This is the craziest. All right, this one, you're dude. So I originally said, I said Harry Potter versus Gandalf versus Luke. Someone in chat said, I don't want to forget. I'm forgetting now. Okay, wait. Okay, someone in chat. So that's what I said. Someone's saying Gandalf versus Dumbledore versus Yoda. Whoa. Now that's the main card on the UFC right there, right? So like that's like the Luke Harry, that would have been like the precursor, but like if you pick Dumbledore, Gandalf, and Yoda, that's a crazy battle. I think I'm going Yoda. If that's the case, I really do. I don't, and I love Dumbledore and I love Gandalf too, but I don't think they're gonna beat Yoda, bro. Yoda's just so, bro. He's like a step ahead, man. He just is. You know what I mean? Yoda just knows everything, bro. You know what I'm saying? I think I pick Yoda straight up. How did we get here? I've been live for 23 minutes. How did we get here, guys? Anyone remember? I have no idea. How did we get here?
Okay, right. So, what do you say, Yoda, Gandalf, or Dumbledore? Dude, Yoda's gonna absolutely wipe the floor with them. If Yoda gets in close with that lightsaber style, you know, the whole like flipping around and being a fucking green Ketman Beyblade and shit like that. 2 seconds. We're gonna take a break for a second. Break screen. Welcome back, everyone. Sorry for the break. I got a ring, but I think we should probably continue. So, what we've talked about: Yoda, Dumbledore, or Gandalf. Uh, I'm just saying this right now. Yoda has like Yoda's species is the most OP species in the fucking like in the fucking like galaxy, right? Yoda's species literally has a secondary brain which connects directly to the good side of the force and it feeds him his powers. Like, for lack of a better phrase, that's what it does. Like, it essentially feeds him his powers. It's almost like a reservoir of the force, right? That he just taps into, and he can anything that like Gandalf or Dumbledore can like throw at him. He's just gonna throw it right back at like everyone, and like even like I'm not sure if this is because he was a Force ghost, but as a Force ghost in the Last Jedi, he could call down fucking lightning. Although like that could just because he's a Force ghost, because like you know, like in the original trilogy, it was a Force Awakens when Obi-Wan was versing Darth Vader, and Obi-Wan says, "If you strike me down, I will be more powerful than you could ever imagine," which like scared Palpatine. So I think it might be a Force Ghost thing. Um, but yeah, I think it would be a pretty even match. You know, like if you think about it, right, Gandalf is like thousands of years old and like protects Middle Earth and shit like that, right? And he still gets his ass kicked quite a lot. Like until he becomes Gandalf the White, he kind of just like gets thrown around. Like Saruman was like basically what Gandalf the White was what Saruman was supposed to be. Like before he like got corrupt and stuff like that and like turned evil. If he kept on going being a good guy, that he would have become way more powerful. But Gandalf was like, yeah, I'm gonna take his place and be like, ooh, yeah, I'm gonna take his place. I'm gonna be the White Wizard, and I'm gonna be kick ass, right? Gandalf versus Dumbledore. I think you know what? I'm gonna say it. Dumbledore over Gandalf. I don't think Gandalf is that powerful, and like that. That's only because of the movies that I've seen. I'm sure that like there are other like sources telling me how like powerful he is and stuff like that. But I don't care. Like I think Dumbledore's like just Elder One too, the most powerful one in existence. Nah, nah. Yeah, so I think Yoda, then Dumbledore, then Gandalf. Even though Gandalf the White could definitely hold his own, Yoda's just gonna shut on both of them. Like it's just not even funny how strong he is. Like, but the thing is though, we haven't even gotten to the best bit yet.
That is such an interesting thought between those three: Dumbledore, Gandalf, or Yoda. But I think I go Yoda. I think I would go Yoda. And if I'm completely honest as well, I think Dumbledore would beat Gandalf straight up.
Yeah.
I do. I think Dumbledore. I think the order for that, I think Yoda beats both of them, but I think Dumbledore beats Gandalf. I do. Dumbledore's got this thing about him, bro. He's just like so patient, so like the way he carries himself, and he's just always in control. You know what I mean? Even when it doesn't look like he's in control, he's in control. You know what I mean? And I think Dumbledore beats Gandalf. I do, but I think Yoda beats them both. What an interesting conversation this was. Wow.
Like in the Harry Potter universe, even if you don't have a wand, you still have like powers. Like in the Harry Potter universe, you can teleport or apparate, right? And even Dumbledore, he could teleport without his wand because of like forks and shit. He doesn't even need to be the elder. Dumbledore like let Draco Malfoy disarm him. But he knew, he wasn't worried. He knew that he could fuck Draco up even without his wand. Like legit, like no questions asked. Like I feel like though Gandalf without his staff, like Saruman, what was it called? Twin Towers, I think. He had his staff broken, couldn't do anything. He can only really like communicate with Sauron through the ball thing, like and that was it. Gandalf without his staff couldn't do anything in the Hobbit films, and yeah, because he was in the Hobbit films and in the first. Was it the first? Um, yeah, I think it was. It was the first Lord of the Rings film where he was captured on top of the tower. Couldn't do anything except for like call help from a moth to the eagles, right?
What I'm really starting to think about right now, I'm getting really nerdy here, and I'm thinking about like spells. Like I don't know if I ever saw in Lord of the Rings, and I didn't read the book, but I don't think that there's like a command, like a spell that just insta kills, right? Because in the Harry Potter world, bro, what is it? Havada Kedavra or whatever, right? That instas, you know what I mean? And I don't, is there one in Lord of the Rings like that? Because that's like OP, bro. Because even if you got, that's why I think Dumbledore beats Gandalf. Because like Gandalf, he has all this cool stuff, but Dumbledore just, you know what I mean? Like he can just say that, and it's game over. You know? Well, someone makes a good point. It did not insta Harry. That is true. That is true. I got it back up. Chad, how did we get there?
Insta. I like how they just talk
how
about
did
like
we
this
get to
game
that
chat,
whole
like, oh, I
tangent
insted
right
him,
there? You guys
instant,
know?
down.
I don't even know, bro. Bro, that was off of the sleeve dono, the guy that's getting a Lord of the Rings tattoo. Dude, bro, that was like a 20-minute, maybe not 20. That was probably like a 15-minute conversation off of a guy that said he was getting a Lord of the Rings tattoo. Whoa. Oh, we're shocked, bro. Okay, someone just said Voldemort versus Vader versus Saruman. Voldemort, Vader, Saruman. Bro, okay, wait. I think Vader's out, straight up. I don't think Vader has any chance. And
No
now
shot.
I'm
No
going-
shot, right? No shot.
I don't think Vader's got that at all, bro. There's no way. Bro, some of you are saying Vader actual? Dude, no way. Against Voldemort and Saruman, you're saying Vader? Dude, okay, Voldemort wins.
Yeah.
100%. There's no way. Okay, even over Saruman and Vader, I pick Voldemort, bro. How is Vader gonna beat Voldemort? How? Okay, he can't use the Death Star. All right, guys. If someone in chat goes, he's gonna use the Death Star. Guys, he can't just. That's not. No, this is like mano y mano. Okay. I'm pretty sure.
To be
the Lord
fair,
of the Rings
if
fans
he had
are
the
gonna get
Death
mad at
Star,
me
he
'cause
could
I'm
fuck.
not 100% sure on this, but I'm pretty sure
It doesn't
Saruman
even
is
matter.
technically a literal
Fucking
god, and
Sauron
that
wouldn't stand a chance,
technically
right? He's
should win,
he's like
I
the
think.
enemy of
So
Middle
there's probably some people.
enemy of Middle Earth. Still, you can't rule a Middle Earth if there is no Middle Earth. Just.
People in chat, they're like, excuse me, Mr. Streamer, Mr. Tim the Hat Man. Saruman, because this is Saruman technically a god, technically. So, no, wait, Saruman's the wizard. Saruman's the wizard. I'm thinking of Sauron. My bad. Okay, because Sauron, that would be a different story. I don't think, because that's the god, right? Saruman is the wizard. Am I 100% right? I haven't seen Lord of the Rings in a while. I think it is, though. Is that accurate, Lord of the Rings viewers? I think it is. I think Sauron is the god and Saruman is a wizard, right? Okay. Yeah, Saruman's chalked. He's not doing anything against. It's basically Vader or Voldemort. And someone made a good point. Someone said if he just like grips his wand, it's game over for Voldemort. But then it really comes down to seconds. You know what I mean? Now we're talking seconds in a fight, because if Vader can grip his wand, but if Voldemort can say Avada Kedavra, I mean, that's like a split second thing. You know what I mean? That is a good point. That's actually a good point. You know what? I take back what I said. I think I picked Vader. That's a good point. But it's like, as soon as that bell rings, we're talking about hypothetical like UFC fights versus mythological characters here. But like, as soon as that goes, bro, straight up, dude, it's like, if Vader can't get that wand, Vader's dead, right? Palpatine, I'm gonna be completely honest, bro.
Right. Before he gets to this bit, Vader, Voldemort, Saruman, out. Dude, Saruman got killed by a fucking like what is he, like the advice guy, like advisor, by getting stabbed in the back. He's not doing anything. He's not even a threat. Come on. Nah. Vader versus Voldemort, right? Like, what? We don't even. The thing is, though, I don't know how these are gonna interact. Like, how will spells interact with a lightsaber? Like, because if he just like, can he like absorb or deflect spells like like, you know, like a blaster bolt or something like that? Can you just go, or like force lightning? Can you just shh and then just zob? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, but think, how will spells from Harry Potter interact with the Force? Because like in that case, could not Voldemort, could Darth Vader like just redirect the spell to some other place? Can he stop the spell entirely? If we knew that, like we would have like better like I'd have like a better answer because my imagination is going like top of like top of like a tower, like you know like Super Mario Smash style, right? And three people like in a like a Mexican standoff, right? Like I think Voldemort and Vader will just look at Saruman, at the old man, and just get out of here. It'll be Voldemort versus Vader. Like Voldemort has to say spells. Like Vader doesn't have to though. Because if Vader lived for long enough, he could have like he could just freeze him. Like you know how like Kylo Ren froze Rey in The Force Awakens, right? Just freeze him and then get close to him and then just like cut him up. Like like just saying, you can tell when Vader's nearby. Like Voldemort's very skulky. He's very sneaky, like trying to manipulate people. Vader straight up just doesn't give a fuck about your feelings. He just goes in, kills people, leaves. Voldemort like just plays with his food too much, and that will like definitely get him killed. And it did get him killed because why wouldn't he just go to Harry and just be like, eh? Do you know what I mean? Like, but I think you know what I'm calling it Vader. Vader over Voldemort over Saruman. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. Voldemort, technically immortal, right? Vader, he's like 7'2" with a big ass lightsaber, so he has a ton of reach with the Force, and the Force is like the suit that he's in makes it so that it causes him as much pain as possible, like constantly, to like fuel his powers. Although I don't think he can really be sneaky because it's like he's kind of just thudding everywhere with his metal legs, and then just like the whole breathing thing. Like, yeah, Vader would definitely win that one. He's just scary, dude, man. Like he is just like. But do you know what actually would be like scarier? Anakin, like Vader, where he's not like he's held back by the suit at the same time as being fueled and powered by it because he's obviously not as agile as he once was, so he had to develop a different like fighting style because he couldn't like do flips and shit like he could as Anakin. But like, imagine like, dude, Anakin, the chosen one. becoming Darth Vader. Do you know like Darth Vader in the Revenge of the Sith before he got chopped up, like full body and all that? He would have everyone on this list's life. No shot. Anakin, full potential, not chopped up. Like, absolutely would have. Not even a contest. Hey, Sam. Hey, Sam. Hello. Hello there. But yeah. Definitely. Because, like, how, you know, midichlorian count, like, how, like, your midichlorian count, like, the more midichlorian you have, the stronger with the force you are. That's basically, like, how it works. Because he got his legs and arms chopped off, midichlorian count went down, so he was like not as powerful as he could be. But because of pain and stuff like that, it does like because of the pain of his suit, it kind of like makes up for it, but he can't really. He has like untapped potential. Like no shot, like Vader would absolutely have everyone's life, but Anakin, the chosen one, right? Without being chopped up, dude, it would be over for fucking Sauron. No shot. No shot. Let's get on to this last bit, eh? Because this is where I want to get
I
into.
didn't think Palpatine was that like crazy. That's just me. I don't know. Palpatine, he was just kind of like like this old.
This dude, Starkiller with Vader and all of the Jedi. Starkiller's not fucking canon. You absolute melt. He was like, Starkiller's just broken, and he was made to be that way. Like, no, Starkiller does not enter this conversation. He's not even canon.
Guy that was really just angry. I don't know. Like he didn't really. When I saw Vader when I was younger, I was like, dude, that's like crazy. When I saw Palpatine, I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing, bro? Palpatine was like, I mean, maybe it's because I don't know the full lore on Palpatine, but I'm talking about old Palpatine here. So, okay, we gotta stop. We have to stop, guys. I've read 2 of those, and I have to use the rest. Dude, guys, we are chalked today.
Right now, Palpatine. Let's get into this conversation, right? Prequels, right? He hid his presence from the Jedi, from Yoda, from Mace Windu, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Shaak Ti, all of them, right? They didn't even know that Sith Lord was literally their Chancellor, because he hid his presence. He hid his eyes and stuff like that. Not just anyone can do that. Like, that takes a powerful, powerful wizard, and like, literally, Palpatine like takes. Okay, yeah, hid his presence from the Jedi whilst he was living right under them. Okay, doing his little evil business and stuff, like, you know, the whole like, yes, unlimited power, and in the Revenge of the Sith, people were like, "Oh, Padme died because she was really sad and stuff like that." Blah blah blah. That's not it. She didn't die because she was sad. She died because Palpatine literally sucked the Force from her life force into Vader. Like cross galaxy, and that's insane. There's loads of like parallels on why like that is. Vader's first breath in ROTS is Padme's last breath. you know, the death of someone that someone was being born, Vader was being born at the same time. Not only that, Force lightning. Not only that, he's an avid lightsaber user. He doesn't like lightsabers though. Not only that, he literally has all of the knowledge of the Sith. And like that's proof as well. He like that sort of stuff like with Padme is possible because he literally did it on himself in Return of the Jedi. Vader chucked him down a exhaust like shaft thing. You see this blue light coming up? That's his life force, and he's teleporting it to like Exegol. That's all I'm saying. He knew witchcraft. He knew like a bunch of shit. He's like 110 or something by the end of it. Like, And you know what? After all that, Anakin the Chosen One, like as Vader, would have been more powerful than him if he didn't get chopped up. Like, crazy. Absolutely crazy. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying, like, Chosen One Anakin, like, as Vader, would have absolutely swept the floor with literally anyone on the list. Dumbledore, Gandalf, Sauron, literally swept. I think Palpatine could even like sweep like everyone on this list, to be fair. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. Yeah. Literally crazy. He literally like he communicates with everyone like in their mind across galaxy. He did it with Kylo when he was like with the Vader's helmet. He was like, "Show me the power of the dark side," and getting like that was Palpatine. That wasn't like Vader because Vader's dead. The Sith kind of don't really have Force ghosts and shit. He's not just an old man. He will fuck you up. Snoke could have everyone's life, but that was through Palpatine. He was controlling a dodgy clone. I'm telling you. We haven't. It has been an hour and a quarter, and like, I have like, oh my god. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. It has been an hour and a quarter, and I'm just proving why Star Wars is literally like Chad in this fight. Star Wars are OP. They're made to be OP. Like, and if anyone has like any differing opinions, I would love to hear them. I reckon Kev, my mate, he's really a big Lord of the Rings fan. He will give me a run for my money. Hang on. Yeah, that's cool. But like, if we were going to go with like what's her name? The friend of Gandalf, the woman, like the elven woman. Excuse me. Okay, I've returned. Yeah. Mithrandiel is like Gandalf's elven name. Oh, what's that woman called? Lord of the Rings, elven woman. Galadriel. Galadriel. Yeah, she's like borderline god, I think. But like, hello, hello, I'm still here. She's like borderline god, and she could give Palpatine a run for his money, I reckon. 2 seconds. I returned. I apologize. I had to make tea, or at least like set tea up. Anyway, what conclusion were we drawing to then? I think if we're gonna include like Sauron and Galadriel and like the Eagles and stuff like that, like who are like borderline like gods, right? I think it goes. I'd say in Star Wars they have such powerful people. Like even above like Palpatine, there's the what's that episode called? What's the episode called? The priestesses, right? They have the priestesses, which are basically the closest thing to the Force. And like you have the Bendu. The Ashla and the Bogan, right? Again, gods, right? The Force works through them. It, Star Wars takes the cake. I'm sorry. Like, Galadriel, Sauron, the Eagles, people above the Eagles and stuff like that. They're all cool. But like just in the Star Wars universe, they just can't. You can't like even like gods to gods, right? You can't compare them. Like they run like the universe, the galaxy, should I say? Whilst the gods in Lord of the Rings, they only run Midgard, which is like Earth at best. Crazy, absolutely crazy. So yeah, Star Wars is most OP, then Lord of the Rings, then Harry Potter. Like Harry Potter, like they have powerful people, but they don't have like literal like gods on their side sometimes. I think that's like a good conclusion to draw to. Um, I think we've had a good discussion. I think we should. I'll play games later if we wouldn't have enough time. So I guess thanks everybody for watching. I shall be on a little bit later. I thought this discussion was really interesting, and I really wanted to make this like video and stuff like that. So yeah, thank you everyone so much for watching. Stay hydrated. Take care of yourself physically, mentally, and spiritually. And I shall see you guys in the next video. So, bye.